My dad chose my cousin over me, funded his future, and ruined mine, but karma left him drowning in regret as I built my own life. I've always been the boring kid, the one who did homework on Friday nights while everyone else was out doing stupid stuff. My cousin Jared, though, total opposite. He was loud, funny, always had a story to tell at family dinners. My dad loved that about him. I wanted to be an electrician since I was like 14. I know that sounds weird, but I used to help my neighbor rewire his garage and something just clicked. I spent years watching YouTube videos and helping out wherever I could. The certification program I needed cost around $9,000, plus another $2,000 for tools and the permit test. My dad knew this. He'd literally told me at my high school graduation that when I was ready, he'd help me out because I'd worked my butt off. So when I finally got accepted into the program, I was hyped. I went to my dad's house to talk about the payment plan and he got all weird. Started avoiding eye contact and mumbling about timing. Then he just said it. He'd already given the money to Jared. All of it. $11,000. I straight up laughed because I thought he was joking. But nope. Jared had apparently decided 2 weeks ago that he wanted to be an electrician too because he saw some Instagram post about how much money they make. Jared, who literally failed out of community college twice. Jared, who got caught stealing beer from a gas station last year. Jared, who couldn't even show up to his part-time job at the pizza place on time. I asked my dad why. Like genuinely why. And he said something I'll never forget. He said Jared had people skills, that being an electrician wasn't just about the work, it was about talking to clients and being personable, and that I was just too quiet and awkward to really make it in the field. He said maybe I should look into some online business classes instead, or try to get a loan. The application deadline was in 5 days. There was no loan I could get approved for that fast. I was done. I had to email the program and withdraw my acceptance. I felt like my entire future just got ripped away because my dad thought Jared's fake confidence was worth more than my actual work ethic. I ended up taking a job as a night shift stalker at a warehouse. It paid like $10 an hour and I hated every second of it. But during my breaks I'd sit in my car and watch electrician training videos on my phone. I started volunteering on weekends for this small contractor who let me shadow him if I helped carry stuff and clean up job sites. He didn't pay me, but he taught me a ton. For 2 years, I lived in the cheapest apartment I could find and ate ramen like 4 times a week. I saved every single penny. My family kept asking why I wasn't at holidays anymore, and I just made excuses. I didn't want to see my dad. I definitely didn't want to see Jared. Turns out Jared dropped out of the program after 6 weeks. Said it was too much math and he didn't like being inside attics and crawl spaces. He blew the leftover money on a used Camaro and was back working at the pizza place within 3 months. Nobody in my family even mentioned it to me. When I finally saved enough, I paid for a cheaper night certification program 2 towns over. It took me a year and a half, but I passed my exam on the first try. I started applying everywhere and got an offer from a commercial electrical company 3 hours away. They paid almost $30 an hour to start. I packed my stuff and left without telling anyone except my mom. I worked crazy hours, overtime every week. I got my journeyman license in 2 years and started doing side jobs on weekends. By the time I was 26, I had my own small business with 2 other guys working for me. We were getting contracts for new builds, and I was making more money than I ever thought I would. Last summer, my mom guilted me into coming back for my uncle's birthday party. I didn't want to go, but I felt bad for her. I drove up in my work truck with my business logo on the side, and when I walked into the backyard, everyone just stared. My dad came up to me first and started asking all these questions about how I got my license and how business was going. He acted like he didn't completely screw me over. I just kept it short. Told him I figured it out on my own since he didn't think I had what it took. He got quiet real fast. Then Jared came over and tried to talk to me like we were cool. Asked if I was hiring because the pizza place wasn't paying enough. I told him I only hired people who finished what they started. A few weeks later, my dad sent me this long text about how proud he was and how he always knew I'd make something of myself. He said he was sorry for doubting me and that he wished he'd supported me back then. I read it twice and didn't respond. What was I supposed to say? Thanks for believing in me after I proved you wrong?